Hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining me here. Okay, I'm so excited for this reading today. This already looks so amazing. Okay, this can be for any zodiac sign. Okay, I just want to clear the energy really quick. Okay, so I have the messages that I saw in your coffee. I have your coffee cup right here, and I'm gonna pull tarot and oracle. Okay, so this message is very clear, very specific, and so exciting. Okay, you are somebody who can manipulate time, and whether you know this or not, you're gonna come to find this. You're reaching such a high vibrational level, such a high timeline, that there is nothing that you cannot manipulate. And time is one of those things here. Okay, I saw a fish, and fish is a symbol of prosperity, but not just prosperity that multiplies. Because you can feed someone or you can teach them to fish and they'll never be hungry again, right? And then this opens up a whole new way for them to build upon. You don't just have to fish the traditional way. You can set a trap, you can use a net, you can, there's a lot of different components that can go into this, where you have like a box, like a crab lobster trap, and you're out doing other things and you're also making money at the same time. So fish equates to money. This equates to value, and this is what I heard: prosperity that multiplies. You're figuring out how to multiply your prosperity, and most importantly, your time, so that you're able to use your time wisely on this planet. You can be doing things you enjoy and making money at the same time. It's like everything is just coming to you now because you've figured out this formula of what it is to be alive. This is very interesting here. So there could be some kind of investment with a continual payout, some kind of knowledge that you're having, that you can adapt continually, so you can have continual wins. And there's just a little adjustments here and there. It's like if we go kayaking, right? If you've ever gone kayaking, I have. And I learned very quickly that the more work you do, the more work you have to do, and you're really just messing everything up. If you're going kayaking, it's kind of like the river just does the work, and you just kind of put your paddle in every now and then to turn when you need to turn, to steer, to redirect a little bit here and there. But the less that you do and the more you're flowing with the river, it's just everything is done for you. You're carried where you need to go. So that's what this is really like talking about here. I saw like the sands of time and traveling. So you could see whirls of sand in a movie, or you just happen to be watching something. It ends up being about time. It ends up being about time travel, or there's something like that, or just you see like on a picture on a billboard or something, sand swirling, or like what is that thing, and they flip it over and the sand is going down, an hourglass or something. So there is something here about the sands of time and how to make the most of your time on this planet. It's like you figured something out here. So now there is a way where it's like things don't take as much time for you as they should. And things that you want to happen slower, to take longer, they do. You're able to see how you can really do this here. And this can be something where people are absolutely shocked by you. It's called cryokinesis, the ability to bend time at your will. You have access to your highest timeline. You can manipulate time, past life intersection. You're leading up to a point here where you've built up all of this, you've paid back all of this karmic debt. and there is nothing left. You know, you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn, you know, so it's kind of like you're coming to this point where all your other lives intersect. So you can have a lot of moments of deja vu, and a lot of moments of feeling very exhausted, a lot of moments of inspiration, a lot of moments of like time seems to go by very fast or not fast at all. You're like doing stuff and you leave the refrigerator open for a long period of time and you're like, why did I leaving the refrigerator open is, I don't know why, but it is a sign of manipulating time. So, and then there's some kind of a moment of holding back tears. And this can go a lot of different ways. You're a mastermind. We're going to figure out what this means. We're going to figure out exactly what this means. So this is what I'm saying when I see the sands of time. And this looks like a sphinx. The sphinx that's made out of sand here. This is like the head. This is the arms. And this way is the body of the sphinx here. So this is... okay, and this is you. This is your higher self. How interesting is this? This is you. This is your higher self here. This could be you from another lifetime here. This is very interesting here. There is a situation where people are going to see who you really are. People have not seen who you really are at all. There is like this revealing here. It's like this is like a cloaked figure here, which is kind of like the hermit. So you could have come out of a hermit mode here. And now you're coming out of this hermit mode. You're coming out of all this time being alone. And this is where, you know, this cloak is off now. And this is like someone standing there. She's like, it's an energy of being vulnerable. It's a feminine energy here. So this is an aspect of yourself that maybe you had to go and hide away. And now it's time for this unveiling of this other side of yourself. If you identify with being more masculine, then you have come into your own in such a way that you're allowing yourself to attract in your feminine counterpart. Okay. Regardless, this is something very magical. Okay, let's see about this now. This you could be a starseed. You could connect to being a starseed, okay? You could very much so connect to let's see about this. Very much so connect to aliens, very much so connect to movies that talk about past lives, or you keep thinking about your own past lives. And this is something that is going to show you, okay, starseed, Arcturian starseed, so you can look that up to see if that resonates to you. But regardless, there is a starseed here, truth revealed, and speak your truth here. This is very powerful energy. So this is like right here is like being lit up. And this is the energy in between your heart chakra and your throat chakra. And this is where your life force kind of sits off to the side. And I think it's off to this side, or maybe it's off to this side. I don't know for sure. But there's something here about this. About something being activated, you know. Shut up! Time travel. How many cards? How many cards? How many? Yowzer. I'm telling you, your birth chart, okay, can be a guiding point. Certain people that have this placement, that placement, they come from this starseed. It's like The constellations, where they were when you were born, is a roadmap of where you came from in this universe. Where you came from, what star seed you came from, what past life you had here, you had there. There is a coding to this. And this means where you are here in this life and what time you were born, because of the amount of time that it took for you to get here and where you came from. That's why you have this as your rising or this as your, it's like there is a pattern here to this. So for some of you, if you want to remember your past lives, you can look to your birth chart. And I don't know of anyone that does what I just said. I feel like that's something that I just know. I don't know. But looking at your birth chart is going to spark this within you, is going to help you figure these things out. You know, if you're wanting to know, or just, it's like really about you having access within yourself. You have gotten a certain access. It's like the access codes for the intersection of other lifetimes. So now you get to live something out in this lifetime that it hasn't been in all other lifetimes. This is a culmination. It's like where all the roads are leading to this, you know? And all the roads are leading to this because all that you have done before has cleared all that has happened before. So all that you were owed before that you didn't receive, you are now able to receive now. This is what it is. It's like a jumping off point. And she's sitting here now and she's meditating with her, you know, eyes closed here like this, okay? So there is an aspect of you. Goddess billionaire. It's like some of the cards, it bled through, so I could see that this said goddess, right? And so then when I picked it up, it's like there's a lot of cards here, so it says billionaire as well. All of a sudden now this card is coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you watch the readings like a couple of months ago, this card wasn't coming out and it wasn't there yet. The energy wasn't there yet, you know? Now it's like the energy is now to access this. And we all have access to this. That's the thing. But who's close? You know, who's making the choices that are close? And it's you. You are. So it's like you're unlocking your inner goddess, right? Whether you're male or female here. Because that's feminine energy of multiplying. Women multiply things, right? That's what a woman's energy does. And it's with very minimal effort. And it's by being honored and adored and worshiped, you know? And there is this mastery within where time answers to you, time bends to you. And everybody has access to different things, but I feel like you specifically have really strong access to this. And it is because that anything that anyone is trying, look at alchemy, yeah. Anything that anyone is trying to do to hinder, to get in the way, what are you doing about it? Break a plate. This is talking about at Greek weddings, you know, they're celebrating, they're dancing, they're breaking plates, they're laughing. It's a celebration. They're breaking plates so that no curse can be put upon, no evil eye can be put upon this union. But they're not doing it out of, oh, I knew that person was going to put an evil eye. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrified. How are we going to get through this? This person is the worst. You know, they're not doing it out of fear or out of worry or out of, I'm going to send 3 more evil eyes back to them. No, they're not doing any of that. They are celebrating, like whatever you want, whatever. It's not going to affect us. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. Everything is coming together. Beautiful things are happening. So you're just taking anything that anyone is sending your way, and it is becoming fuel. It's becoming fuel for you. And there's something here about going back to some kind of star seed, some kind of connection, some maybe drawn to look up at the stars. There's something here, and then truth is revealed to you. This could be when you're alone in nature. Truth can be revealed to you. There is like, I sit in nature and I know things. You know what I mean? There is some kind of truth revealed, and then there is a speaking of this truth. And then it's like reality is literally opening up for you as you do this. And any haters that come along, whatever, alchemy. It's very interesting energy. It's very interesting. And you know what I really love about this is Hapachitsu keeps showing up. And I'm like, do I need to do this? That's seer. So there's some things here in a past life you could have been a seer. Okay? Yeah. And there was something here where you didn't know what to make of your powers. People now don't know what to make of your powers. If you want to be a seer, this is something that it's going to come to you. Okay? But Hapachitsu here. You know, she took this bold opportunity, okay? Real quick, she took this opportunity. You know, she's married to a pharaoh, right? And she gives birth, and her son is 2 months old, and then the pharaoh dies. And they're like, okay, he's a boy, you know, he can rule, but you got to tell us what he's saying. This baby's 2 months old. All of ancient Egypt's listening to a 2-month-old child. Can you believe that? You know, and then finally she just says, you know, about a year and a half later, she's like, okay, he's a baby. I'm the pharaoh Hapachitsu. Tell everybody I'm the pharaoh. Get over it. And they were like, all right. You know, so she had to kind of stand up to this here. And there is a very interesting energy about being feminine and also being masculine, balancing those two, you know, and having to adopt both her masculine and feminine qualities in a way. But there was all the artwork depicting Hapachitsu. It's like they made her more androgynous and then more looking like a man. Then they didn't really make her looking like a woman. You know what I mean? So, which is fine. Maybe, you know, she really identified with that, and how amazing is that for people that identify as being androgynous, or that females that identify with looking more masculine, right? So that's kind of a really cool, beautiful thing. One of the only rulers in history that I know of that did that, right? So how powerful is that? But also could be, you know, that now it's the time for the feminine energy to come out and be the ruler, but not have to hide behind a masculine component, you know? Getting to be the goddess and the billionaire. And even if you are masculine, this could just talk about you growing and elevating to a place where you're in alignment with your feminine energy, to allow all of these things in a more passive way, you know, passive income, and not having to forfeit your love of life, your love of yourself, the beauty of your character, being vulnerable to be a billionaire, you know? You can be both, right? And for women, for people who identify as feminine, not having to be like a masculine man energy, or not having to use sexuality to lure men, and that's how you get power. You know what I'm saying? There's a different way where the feminine energy is power for just being feminine. And this is the thing, is the Sphinx guards these pyramids because ancient Egypt, all of those riches, you know, pharaohs were buried in their tombs with all these riches. So at another lifetime, you could have access to it. But the Sphinx is guarding who has access to what. And it's not literal, tangible. It's in this new incarnated life. It's here on this planet, and so are you. You can have access to riches from other lifetimes because the pyramids are here, because the Sphinx is here. And it's time for women to have access to this and not have to be something that they're not having to be a masculine component. I hope that makes sense. Right? So, but at the same time, being well-rounded. but not having to hide the goddess side. It's kind of like Hapachitsu had to kind of like call herself a god. She couldn't really say she was a goddess. It was like there would be a god more powerful, so that's not going to work. It's kind of that kind of way here. So this is like, what? Apocalypse, yowzer. Yao the vessel. So in your life, there's been some kind of apocalypse that you lived through already. It's kind of like this energy of, I've already lived through it all. So what else can happen? Is this kind of energy. It's like you have this warrior spirit about you. And that's the thing is Hapachitsu, win or lose. They could have said, you're a pharaoh, you're going to be a woman. They could have like killed her immediately. That kind of crap happened back then. And as a matter of fact, when her son came of age, when he was about 17, that's exactly what did end up happening. So it's very brave for her to stand up like this, right? Of course. Okay. So anyways, so there's some kind of a way that you have had an apocalypse in your life. Everything had to go. And everything was just, everything had to go. And this is the vessel here. There was something here about purifying yourself. And so this can be seclusion like the hermit and feeling like, hey, I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to do the same things that you used to do, to consume what you used to consume, watching TV, drinking, smoking, being around certain people, watching certain TV shows, eating certain things, doing certain things in your day. A million things, right? Okay, could be a million things. So there's something here about purifying this vessel here, because now this is the point where all your other lifetimes are going to intersect. And so you only want there to be purity here because this is going to give birth to something new, a new timeline. And it's kind of like if you plant an acorn from a rotten tree, the acorn is going to grow to be a diseased tree. I don't know if that's science, but that's what I'm saying. So there's something here about that. Because you're giving birth to something new. And that's what feminine energy is it gives birth to something new. And what it is given, it multiplies. But if what you are given is rotten, we're going to say rotten in some way, then there has to be a period of purification. And that's what's happened in your life. You did this period of purification. And I don't even know that this life was so much of karmic things that needed to be settled. I feel like this was more about the entire time. Getting out of these toxic situations and purifying them. Purifying yourself. So there is nothing left of it. And now you have castle. Look at the womb. This is the thing, is there is some kind of royalty that you're giving birth to. There's some kind of amazing stability that you're giving birth to. And this is something that is unlike any other thing that has existed. Yeah. And this is something where even enemies now, after you're crossing this threshold here, there's something about 3 with this triangle. Is it the 3rd year for something? Is it the 3rd time something has happened? Is it 3 different people that are so very toxic that you have had to purify? Well, I don't know what it is. 3 different places you have moved to or something here. But there's something here where now any animal, anything that wants to come towards you in any way, it's like a beast could come towards you and it will be docile. It's this kind of energy here. This is a threshold that you're like breaking through. You're breaking through it. Yeah. It's like about to happen. It's not, it's like, almost the time, it's the time, it's almost the time, whatever. So it doesn't matter, I mean, it matters. It's like, whoa. Okay, what the heck? All these cards. Okay. Money will come to you. This is about taking what you are given, positive, negative, anything, and you're only going to put it towards something healthy for yourself, purifying it so it can be healthy, and building in your life. That's it. And this is going to, like, what's going to happen is going to drop like this. It's like, it feels like it's taking forever, but then when it happens and you look back, you're like, what the heck? This is what I'm talking about, of like losing gaps of time and being like, wait a minute, what time is it? Like, what? When your lifetimes are syncing up like this, that's what happens. You're staring off into space for a long time, and then you're like, oh wait, why was I staring off for a long time? Because you were connecting with a part of you from another lifetime. Okay, sunrise. Creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. That's what I'm saying, is you're going to have a fresh start in the same body. It's like being reincarnated, but it's like you don't have to go through the whole death process and then life review and then being reborn. You're doing that all in this body. Like a real life phoenix. Like a real life phoenix. Okay, you have the jug, lighthearted, carefree time, and you have the candle, you will be shown the way. This is reminding me of the movie with, what's her freaking name, man? I love this chick too. Rainbow. The most difficult part is over, and Dorothy travels over the rainbow. And she's bending time. She's going to another reality. That's another lifetime of Dorothy's. Okay? In Munchkin Land. Yeah. And then when she comes back to Elm Street, remember the freak she lives, right? The farm, from being over the rainbow, it's completely different. That's what this is talking about. Okay, Shailene Woodley is her name. Well, something about being on a boat, something about being lost at sea, something about sharks. Something about this is reminding me of Shailene Woodley. And I'm trying to figure out why. She's like, what time is it? What day is it? Stuck at sea, hallucinating. What happened? And at the end of it all, you know what I'm saying? But she survived. And that's the thing, is there's this thing about having an experience where you're going to be reborn. This is like being delivered by God. But in such a impactful way. This is like a new level way where people are looking at you like, how did you do that? And miraculous things happen around you, and people are starting to notice this, and they're like a little bit spooked, but also very intrigued by you. Okay, so this is the fulfillment of wishes, and this is really saying stand your ground here, rejoicing and celebrating here. There can be somebody here that's trying to get back into your energy space. There can be things that you feel like with this temptation. Remember I said there's things that's just like, okay, you need to let go of that. You need to let go of that. And naturally, you're just not going to want to do it anymore. And this is saying, don't fall into temptation to get back into what you naturally already let go of. Because this is too good for you to get to have. You know? And anybody that, you know, wronged you in any kind of way here, it feels like they're just going to do it again. And also, it's like you deserve somebody who gets it right the first time, because honestly, I feel like you get it right the first time. You know what I mean? And this is a time for celebration. This is a time for miracles. And this is a time where you need to trust who's around you. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you have $10 to your name and you're around people that are not really trustworthy and they take a dollar, you know? Even then, I don't want a friend like that, right? But this is something serious. This is something serious that is being owed to you. And this is like if Hapachitsu trusted the wrong person with her idea to come forward and say, hey, I'm the pharaoh, not this baby, right? If they would have said that a day after her husband died, I don't know. I don't know if all of Egypt would have been like, okay, that's cool, you know. I'm pretty sure they would have killed her right away, right? So she was very strategic in who she's going to, not being triggered, but holding it, realizing that anything that comes against you, you know, you can block this with your celebration, with your joy. It's how you block any evil eye, any narcissist, loving yourself 100%, because you know what? They are going to hate every minute of that, and they are going to tell on themselves right away. And then guess what? If you want to burn down a blade of grass in my meadow, just one, you're out. No, my nature does not deserve that. So get over it, right? It's like that kind of energy here. Really, the heart chakra, this can be in love. You've been betrayed in love. And the thing is you gave 100% pure light, and the universe is so freaking sick of watching you get treated like absolute crap. It's like, done. No more. Look at the rainbow. Sacrifice. You made your sacrifice. You traveled to the other side of the rainbow and back. Now don't let some loser back into your life. No, they're on their own journey. That's between them and God. They will figure it out. There is plenty of fish in the sea. That's why I saw the fish in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. And you can't let someone into your life that, you know, hey, fish are friends, not food. If they don't think that, they gotta go. That's that. What a powerful reading. 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. You speak the truth. You speak the truth. You force the truth. Your energy forces the truth to be revealed. It forces it. And there is no hiding of the truth. There is no hiding of your greatness, of your glory, of your strength, resilience on your own, by yourself completely. Your glowing light is seen. You know, and the hawk is sending a message from the divine to you. And this is you harnessing it, having control of it, and understanding how to utilize it so that you flourish. Your connection to the divine, who you are, you understand how to use the gift of this life to create the vision that you want to have. You know, and there's an energy here of somebody that sees this. Yeah, that's here. Yeah. You have the Fool and you have the Queen of Swords here. So this is something where it's like being protective over your vision. You need someone who has gone through the Fool's journey. Someone who has faced what they needed to face, not just passion, okay? They need to really embody, right? People need to audition to be in your life. Not everybody just gets to be in your life. Not the next person that you meet is, they have to be the one or you're a failure. No. You know, this is kind of this thing of being disappointed because you're putting hope into people and situations that are actually not worthy of you. You're worthy of way more. So there is an ending to and a protection to your freedom. Of, you know, I'm not just going to start all over again. You know, I have my vision for my life here. It's kind of like what is happening. You have the 5 of Cups. You have the King of Cups and you have the Page of Cups here. So it's like you've been disappointed and somebody wants to apologize for disappointing you. So you could be getting apologies from past people. And this is the strength here. It's like this is your strength is you're being seen. And so now people are wanting to come out of the woodwork here. But you're not attracting a past person who wants to come back in and apologize. This is the energy of attracting, someone who, right, they're a star too. They are a mastermind as well. They are manifesting you. Their bliss is you. And they're ready like right now. So it could be a past person that is showing you all of these changes. But the way you're going to know is there is not going to be this temptation. There is not going to be this rush. It's going to be about them apologizing and then showing you over time. And there's going to be a sureness within your heart. So that's, yeah. And the Hermit here, yowzer. And this is not somebody who it's like, we broke up, we got back together. We broke up, we got back together. No, not that. Not that. This is not someone that stole from you. This is not somebody that, This is somebody that, it didn't start and they had to work on themselves because this brought up things, seeing you, and then they needed to take time to heal, right? But they're coming forward and there's clear actions about what they want. There's actions and there's words and things are happening, and it's okay with it being on your timeline. Yeah, that's what that would be about. But it's like this is very powerful. I'll show you why this is very powerful, because the Hermit goes into the mountain, right? And so this is you. Actually, you left the mountain and you have the star here in your lantern. So this is like guiding you. Now you know which way to go. And then the star is like healing you. And this is out there in the world here. And then the sun is our personal star. So you brought it here. So you now get to experience it. This is like knowing what you need to capture, right? And letting that guide you, doing the inner work to capture it, to purify and heal yourself, and then actually embodying it and having it in this 3D reality. So this is like the definition of doing this work and of evolving, because we come here to evolve. Life is evolving and evolving and evolving. And we as people, we're evolving and evolving and evolving. And so there is something here that you're bringing to reality that's really, really big. And it's a time for this. It's a time for things to be connected and for things to be like built in a beautiful way that's going to stay. And it's like you're leading the way for this. For time, it's like what's the foundation gonna be, for this next 100 years? It's like you're laying it for humanity, for the world. Okay, this is fabulous. I'm gonna leave this here. I love this. I hope this resonated for you. If you made it this far, come on, this resonated. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.